Every time he shined someone's shoes, he did it deliberately slowly, not because he was clumsy, but so he could listen in on the conversations of the successful businessmen who sat in front of him. Their discussions were all about big deals worth tens of thousands of dollars, investments, the stock market, funds, and financial strategies. After they left, the boy would immediately pull out a small notebook and jot down everything he'd just overheard. Despite his young age, a dream had already taken root in his heart to one day become a banker. The story takes place in the 1950s America, when racial discrimination was still rampant. Unfortunately, he had been born in one of the most racist states, Texas. There, no matter how capable you were, being black meant constant rejection and humiliation. Even his father had once urged him to give up that dream, but Bernard's resolve never wavered. When he grew up, he moved his wife and children to Los Angeles, determined to make something of himself in real estate. Although racism there wasn't as blatant as in Texas, the arrogance of white Americans still made it nearly impossible for African Americans to rent homes in white neighborhoods. To them, black people simply didn't belong. The next morning, Bernard started looking for opportunities. He noticed that black neighborhoods were overcrowded, while white areas had plenty of empty apartments, and that contrast sparked an idea. He set his sights on an apartment complex in a rich neighborhood. He had just enough money to buy it, but nothing left for renovation. Still, it was a deal he'd managed to negotiate himself. The owner would sell for $30,000. The owner admired Bernard's enthusiasm, but was a conservative man who never took risks. As their negotiation hit a dead end, Bernard noticed a calendar on the bookshelf, a promotional item from Midtown Bank. A thought struck him. If he didn't have enough money, why not take out a loan? After leaving the meeting, he went straight to Midtown Bank to find the manager, Reed. But when the secretary saw that Bernard was black, her attitude immediately turned cold. She refused to even announce his arrival. Bernard was used to this kind of treatment. He didn't argue or explain. He simply waited patiently by the door. Eventually, Reed stepped out of his office. Bernard quickly approached, explained his situation, and asked for a loan, but Reed turned him down. Bernard returned home dejected. Racism, he realized, was like a brick wall sealing off every path forward. Success had seemed so close, but now it felt impossibly far away. As he sat there in despair, the phone suddenly rang. It was the property owner he'd met that morning. He asked Bernard why he'd tried to use his name as a guarantor for the loan. Bernard replied that if he followed the rules, he'd never be more than a shoe shiner. The owner had expected to be furious, but instead, he was impressed by Bernard's courage. Rather than getting angry, he decided to personally guarantee Bernard's loan.